Wow, school is awesome. School today was so fun. I cannot next year. Don't you wish every kid could come home from school like that? Well, a lot of kids do, but they don't get in their way. Let me tell you what it is. Today I will be giving a presentation on a topic that is confusing, disappointing, and unfortunately, in our world, reality. Some parts of my presentation are going to be disturbing. However, I feel that if I can get the word out to people, that maybe I can make a difference. Unfortunately, this topic is a very serious one that needs to be addressed and spoke out on. Hi, my name is Travis Gillum, and I'm a member of the Prairie Masters 4-H Club, and the title of my presentation is, It's Time to Take a Stand. My presentation today is going to be discussing bullying, how it affects the person being bullied, what types of bullies, and what you need to know to get help. First of all, what is a bully? Did you know that the word bully used to mean the total opposite of what it means now? 500 years ago, it meant friend, family member, or sweetheart. The root of the word comes from the Dutch, meaning lover or brother. Big change, huh? Webster Dictionary now defines bully as to frighten, hurt, or threaten a smaller or weaker person. The term bully also includes three important parts. First, bully is aggressive behavior that involves negative actions. Second, bullying behavior is repeated over and over. And third, bullying involves an imbalance of power and strength. In my eyes, a bully is a coward. When I started researching for this presentation, I thought I would not find a whole lot of information regarding bullying. As I continued researching, I was overwhelmed with the number of bullies cases out there that were along with the number of deaths that were due to the result of bullying. Part of my presentation today will be directed towards kids, and the other part will be directed towards the parents, as I feel it's very important to educate this topic on both the kids as well as the parents. When I was doing my researching, a popular question was, are there different types of bullying? The answer to that question is yes. There are three major types of bullying: verbal bullying, physical bullying, and cyberbullying. There are a lot more too, like relationship bullying, racial bullying. Today we're going to be going through the main three. The first one is verbal bullying. Verbal bullying is exactly what it says. You verbally abuse someone else. An example of verbal bullying would be name-calling, teasing, and insulting. Verbal bullying is the most common type of bullying. Second one is physical bullying. Physical bullying is when you use your body to abuse someone else. They also steal, hide, ruin someone's possessions, and make someone do something that he or she does not want to do. This is the least common type of bullying and declines with age. And the third one is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is social terror by technology, and it's on the rise. When a kid up to any age, up to 18, is threatened, humiliated, harassed through technology, it's considered cyberbullying. This social online terror is used through email, cell phones, paper messaging, instant messaging, websites, and online personal polling sites. And it's done by kids deliberately and repeatedly, and it's used by an individual or a group with the intent of harming or hurting another kid or teen. Cyberbullying is the perfect way for bullies to remain anonymous, and cyberbullying makes it easier for the bullies because they're not face-to-face with their victims. Did you know that 1 in 3 students are being bullied, and that bullying has increased over 5% in the past few years? Two-thirds of 37 school shootings are the result of bullying. That boys are more likely to get bullied than girls. Kids who are obese, gay, or have disabilities are 63% more likely to get bullied than non. Bullied victims are 2 to 9 times more likely to consider suicide than non-victims. That studies have shown that at least 1/2 of suicides among young adults are related to bullying. That nearly 160,000 kids stay home each school day because of bullying. 160,000. It's time to take a stand. We need to educate parents on what they can do if you suspect that your child is being bullied. Some helpful tips are: do not confront the suspected bully on your own, because this may only result in more severe bullying. Talk to your school administrator about the situation. Remember, your school is responsible for providing a safe learning environment. Talk to your child. Ask them questions. Ask them how they feel about school. Teach your child that telling on a bully is not considered tattling, and when a bully is allowed to treat everybody badly, that everybody's a victim. Encourage your child to be with friends more often. Bullies will rarely target kids in groups. Ensure appropriate adult supervision at all times. Be aware of your child's involvement inside and outside of school. Make sure there is always adult supervision. Parents, as your job of being parents, be alert of warning signs of your child being a victim of bullying. Ask yourself the following questions to start. Does your child fear going to school? Does your child often complain about not feeling well as a way to get out of going to school? Have you noticed focusing on your child? If so, when you ask how does he or she react? Does your child seem to have low self-esteem or self-confidence? Does your child seem unhappy? If you answered yes to any of these questions, talk to your child in detail, assuring them that you are concerned and wanting to help. Reassure them that there is help out there. The most efficient way to keep ahead of your child is to have an open communication with them. Your child may tell you things that you don't want to hear, but just remember, they're talking to you and that you need to keep an open mind. Another thing that parents need to make sure is being used appropriately is technology. Keep the computers out of the bedrooms. Being with friends, I've noticed that just about all of them have access to bring a computer in or just have a computer in the room, which is not good for a reason being that you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. And for your safety and your child's safety, don't let them have one or be able to bring a computer in the room. Another thing that they need to keep an eye on is cell phones. Do you as parents really have an idea of what your child is saying or doing on the cell phone that you are more likely paying for? Teens do not like it. You need to. I don't like it either, but it's for my own good. Kids, don't be afraid to talk to your parents. Let them know what is going on in your life. Good, bad, it doesn't matter. Keep that communication open. If you feel like you're being bullied at school or anywhere else, tell them. Encourage your parents not to just jump in and go scream and holler at that particular person, but to sit down and to discuss the situation and what is going on. Get a handle on this bullying problem, statistics show that children who are bullies will more likely become abusive spouses and more likely engage in criminal activity as an adult. A new documentary movie called Bully was released March 30th. It was a very powerful film that took an in-depth look on the bullying crisis that's taking place in our country. So in review, there is help out there. However, I think that parents need to take a stand and be involved 100% in their child's lives. Let's all try to take a stand on bullying and get the word out there when there's a huge problem that needs to come to an end. When research can prove that over 60% of children are bullied, that's a big problem. Know what you can do and where you can go for help. I have handouts up here for each of you. These handouts give you very good websites that I've used and helpful tips and helpful hints regarding bullying. I'm not done here also. I would like to keep giving this presentation other places too, like at schools and at like seminars and stuff like that. I guarantee you that there might be some people that will go home today thinking that this presentation was just a big joke and that no kid will ever kill themselves just because they're being bullied. For those people and the rest, I would just like to show you these 10 kids. On September 23rd, Aaron, age 16, reportedly jumped to his death from the George Washington Bridge due to being bullied by his classmates at school. Tyler Clementine also jumped from the George Washington Bridge to his death due to his roommates being bullied, who's not even on this thing. You might have heard of him on the news. Jamie, age 13, told his parents that he was being bullied at school because he was having struggles with his sexuality. Jamie said, "I've always said how bullied I am, but no one will listen. What do I have to do so people will listen?" An 8th grader from Cascade Middle School, Patty, age 14, hanged herself after dealing with 2 years of relentless bullying at her school from her 13-year-old Dakota hanged herself because she was being bullied at her classmate. Teens were arrested after her death. A Staten Island 16-year-old named Amanda, whose family said she got bullied at school, has died after she was reportedly seen jumping in front of a bus. Later on, the police found what to be a suicide note in her pocket. Cameron Jacobson, a 13-year-old boy who went to Monroe Woodbury Middle School in Orange County, New York, has taken his own life. Family says that he was being bullied at school about being perceived as gay. North Carolina authorities are still investigating the death of 11-year-old Jasmine, who hanged herself after being repeatedly bullied at school. Another victim of bullying suicide, Matt, age 13, took his own life after parents said he was being bullied at school. And John, age 14, hanged himself after parents said he was being bullied at school because he was gay. And at age 11, Ty committed suicide after being bullied at school. For Ty, going to school was nothing less than a nightmare, because that meant for him endless bullying by other boys. I'm sure that you guys probably can't see this, but on this list are the name of 70 people who's died because of the result of bullying. Just to make sure you know how serious this topic is, here's 20 more. If you haven't been calculating, that's 100 died due to being bullied. I hope this presentation has showed you that this topic is a lot more serious than you thought it was before. I hope that you guys will join me in the fight against bullying and take a stand and lend a hand. This concludes my presentation. Are there any other questions? The question was, do you think that the parents of the kid that's being bullied should contact the school or the bully's parents? As a parent, you should probably contact the school first to see if you can get it stopped. And if it does stop there, then you could sort of let it go. But if it keeps on going and the school still doesn't do anything about it, you should probably contact the bully's parents. But I would contact the school first because they're responsible for providing a safe learning environment. The question was, where do I get all my information? I got a lot of my information right here on these websites. I'll pass these out later. If there are no more questions, this concludes my presentation. Thank you for your time.